So the ITP Ponzi has officially collapsed. It's dead, it's buried, the Ponzi's over. No one is going to be able to get any of their money out that is left in ITP. And it's people like Charlie Wildish now who are having to deal with the fallout. When you put yourself forward as a sort of lead recruiter for a Ponzi scheme, that's going to happen, isn't it? So you can see here, he's deleted all his videos from his channel. He's got an apology video and a sort of disclaimer video talking about not to invest further money. What ITP are doing since they've pulled the rug is they're offering people to pay £1,000 or £100 and to set up a new account on a new website, and that gives them the opportunity to get their money back. It's just preying on desperate people trying to get their initial money back. It's a scam, it's a Ponzi, and I'm glad that Charlie here has finally woken up to it. Or did he know all along? It's very difficult to say. I firmly believe that people like him, Mr. Mac and the others, they all knew from the beginning it was a Ponzi. All of these apology videos that these people make, they don't ring true to me one bit. They're meaningless. They're just words. It's very easy to say, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I made a mistake. But they're doing nothing, and I mean nothing at all, to actually help the situation. You know, there's no personal responsibility here from someone like Charlie here. He's simply said, I'm sorry, oh, I'm a victim too, and, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. Well, there are a few things you can do about it. The best thing and the easiest thing you can do is be incredibly transparent. You 100% were involved in a Ponzi scheme. So put your hands up now and admit it. Accept the fact that it was a Ponzi from the beginning and turn around and say, I will do everything I can to repay the money which I am responsible for people losing, because you are directly responsible for people losing their money. You know, nobody would have heard about this thing if it wasn't for you making these YouTube videos, talking about it and advertising it and selling it to people. And when you were told that this thing is a Ponzi, you went to your YouTube channel where you've deleted all your videos and you doubled down. You made videos where you said it's not a Ponzi. You made videos saying it's not a pyramid scheme and it's not a scam. You were told countless times, you know, it was explained to you. It was crystal clear, as bright as day. It was explained to you, this thing is a Ponzi. And you chose not to believe it because at the time you were making thousands of pounds every day and you've been withdrawing that money. So you've made that money, whether it's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. You did say you've made tens of thousands, so we can assume it's under 100,000. Let's say it's £30,000 for argument's sake. You should pay that money back to people because it's your lies that got people into this thing. Until then, your apologies, they mean nothing. They're literally just words coming out your mouth because you're a bit embarrassed. You made a mistake and you don't want to get into legal trouble. So you're just putting your hands up and saying, oh, I'm sorry, guys. Take some real responsibility, take some real accountability for what you have done and give people some of their money back, because obviously a lot of people have lost money. You won't be able to give any back to everyone, but be transparent. Say, guys, I messed up. You know, if this was me, if I genuinely made a mistake like this, I would be transparent. I'd pull up my blockchain wallet. I would show everyone exactly how much I've taken out, and I would say, between my group, I would divide it equally and give you back the money because it was a scam. That money that you made, you didn't earn any of it. It was other people's money that they put in that you were able to take out. So, yeah, you know, I don't agree with what you're saying or how you're saying it. You're trying to make it out like you're the victim. People have every right to be angry with you because you were given multiple opportunities to apologize. You were given multiple opportunities before it collapsed to accept it was a Ponzi. But because the money was rolling into your account, you are happy to believe that it wasn't. You could make yourself believe it, couldn't you? Anyone with a brain cell would be able to see that this was a Ponzi. Those conversations you were having on Telegram with the so-called ITP staff, you really believed that they were in Seattle, and you're still holding on to that. You're still saying, oh, the people in America, they're not in America. They're in China. You know that. I know that. You've just told yourself a lie, and you're trying to defend it as much as possible publicly so that if this thing ever does go to court, you can plead plausible deniability. I don't think that's going to work out for you. I think that morally, you should pay the money back because you advertised it. You know, you're the one who is selling this thing to people. And that is something that you need to do to make the situation right. Because if you did that, then nobody can turn around and say to you that you're a crook or anything like that. Any money you made, you've given it back. You made a mistake. It is what it is. But unfortunately, you're not going to do that. You're going to hide behind, your fake apology, and you're going to try and let this thing blow all over. Will it blow all over? I don't know. It's hard to say. Currently, there's about 2,500 signatures on change.org. They're talking about prosecuting, seizing assets, and refunding victims. Now, I didn't put a penny into this thing. Obviously, I never would. But I did speak about it earlier, explained how it was a Ponzi. And I do feel bad for a lot of the people who did put money into this, because you guys, Charlie, Mr. Mac, and Billy Boy here, you guys acted like you were part of ITP. You were, the leaders, the lead recruiters. You made it seem like ITP was something that you guys were working on. And then as soon as it all hit the fan, you pulled the plug, deleted all your videos. Mr. Mac here, he started gaslighting people, saying that, oh, me, I'm being treated unfairly. Why are people speaking to me like this? And, not willing to have a bit of understanding that, you got 6,000 people in your team below you who have been robbed blind. They're going to be pissed off. They're going to be angry. All you can do is be completely transparent, tell the truth, give whatever money you've earned back, and accept your punishment, whatever that may be. I don't think you'll get much, but, look at this. This Saeed Abbas, he goes into detail about how he's been affected by previous scams. He's got Subidar's address and details and stuff all here. I don't think you should be doxing people. It's not great. It does go into detail about how victims can lose, £45,000 due to investment scams like this. So it's something that should be looked at. Will they get some sort of actual punishment? I doubt it. I think that they'll hide behind their lies. They'll say, we didn't know anything, we're not the actual scammers, which to some extent you're not. The actual people who created ITP, that's not you guys. Clearly you're stupid. You're not smart enough to actually create a scheme like this. You're smart enough to, convince other people, but I don't think these guys are intelligent enough to actually create a fake app even, and to do any of that sort of stuff. Some of them, like Billy, barely understands anything. So I think these lot, they saw the money coming into their account. They realized they could sell it to other people. Charlie got a couple of views on his YouTube channel, and he was happy to lead people on. They knew full well it wasn't a Ponzi, and they still sold it to people. And now people like Mr. Mac, especially, Charlie's got a bit of common sense, but Mr. Mac here, he's completely playing the victim. He's completely run away from all his problems. But I'm sure his wallet, he's took that with him, hasn't he? So, the couple of 100,000 that he's made, because he's definitely going to have been made more than Charlie, I'm sure he's going to be keeping that. He might even put it somewhere else so that no one else can get access to it. We'll have to see what happens. What I think they should do, again, give the money back. If you don't give the money back, your apologies mean nothing. Every penny that you have made from this, give it back. That isn't going to be enough to cover everyone. But it's the image of what you've done. You made a mistake, you've given the money back, you learned from your lesson. But you're not going to do that. You knew it was a Ponzi from the beginning, and you three people right here, there's a few others as well, but in the UK, these three people are the reason why ITP got so popular, and the reason why so many people lost their money. They need to be prosecuted. They need their day in court. They need to be punished by the justice system. And that's the way things should be done. So that's what should be done. Morally, they should give the money back, and that might help them a little bit. But of course, they're just going to cut and run. And I don't think we'll see these three in particular pop up on any other Ponzi scheme in the future. I think they've sort of realized it wasn't worth it. And, they've made a one-time money-making opportunity. And in the future, no one's going to believe them or anything like that. As for the actual people who created ITP, they'll just go and create another one, and they'll find 3 other mugs to advertise it to people. These people, they don't understand anything about finance. They don't understand anything about investing. And they were able to convince other people who, again, don't have a strong understanding of foundation in these things, that it wasn't a Ponzi and a scam. So they're directly responsible. We'll have to see what happens to them. I'm not holding my breath, but, fingers crossed, eh?